Imagine waking up in 2030, and the world outside your window is almost unrecognizable from just a decade ago. The city is alive, but not with the chaos of traffic or the noise of engines. Instead, there's a gentle hum, a symphony of electric vehicles, delivery robots, and drones moving in perfect harmony. You rub your eyes, but this isn't a dream, this is your new reality. You reach for your phone, but it's not just a phone anymore. It's your digital passport, your wallet, your health monitor, and your personal assistant all rolled into one. With a single tap, you check your schedule, and your AI assistant has already planned your day. Your self-driving car is waiting outside, doors open, climate set to your preference, and your favorite playlist already queued up. No keys, no ignition, no stress, you simply step in, and the car glides away, merging seamlessly into a stream of autonomous vehicles. As you ride through the city, you notice how everything just works. There are no traffic lights at intersections. Every vehicle, car, bike, bus, and even delivery vans communicates in real time, negotiating every turn and crossing with a level of coordination that feels almost magical. Pedestrians cross safely, cyclists glide through, and the city moves in a smooth, orchestrated dance. It's not just efficient, it's beautiful. You pass by a row of delivery robots, each one carrying groceries, packages, or even hot coffee to doorsteps. Drones buzz overhead, dropping off urgent medical supplies and online orders with pinpoint accuracy. The air feels cleaner, the streets less crowded, and everything is connected. You realize you haven't seen a traffic jam in years. Your office is in a smart building that recognizes you as you approach. The doors slide open, the elevator is already waiting, and as you step inside, the lights adjust to your preferred brightness. Cleaning robots sweep the halls, and a delivery drone drops off your lunch on the balcony. Meetings happen in virtual reality, with colleagues from around the world joining as holograms, their voices translated instantly by AI. You're not just working in a building, you're working in a living, breathing ecosystem of machines and data, all designed to make your day smoother, faster, and more productive. But autonomy isn't just in the city. On the outskirts, farms are run by fleets of autonomous tractors and drones, planting and harvesting crops with a precision no human could match. In hospitals, AI-powered robots assist surgeons, diagnose diseases, and deliver medicine to patients' bedsides faster and more accurately than ever before. Even at home, your smart apartment adjusts the lights, temperature, and music based on your mood and schedule. Groceries arrive at your door, delivered by a robot that navigates stairs and elevators with ease. Your fridge orders milk before you even realize you're running low. This is the world of 2030, a world where autonomy isn't just a feature, it's the foundation of daily life. But with every breakthrough, new questions arise. Who controls the data? What happens when machines make mistakes? And in a world run by algorithms, where does the human touch fit in? You remember a time when people worried about robots taking jobs, about AI making mistakes, about losing control. But now, you see the benefits everywhere. Accidents are down, pollution is lower, and people have more time for what matters. The city feels safer, cleaner, and more connected. But you also notice the subtle changes: security drones patrolling at night, facial recognition at every entrance, and a sense that someone or something is always watching. As you walk home, you pass a park where children play under the watchful eyes of robotic guardians. Elderly people chat with AI companions who remind them to take their medicine and call their families. In the distance, a construction site is busy with autonomous cranes and 3D printers, building new homes faster and cheaper than ever before. The world is changing, and you're living in the middle of it, but not everything is perfect. You hear stories of systems failing, of hackers trying to break into networks, of people feeling isolated in a world run by machines. There are debates on the news about privacy, about who owns the data, about what happens when an algorithm makes a life or death decision. Some people embrace the change, others resist, but everyone agrees there's no going back. As the sun sets, your apartment lights up automatically. The day's news scrolls across your smart mirror, highlighting breakthroughs in AI, new laws about data protection, and the latest upgrades to the city's autonomous fleet. You sit down to dinner delivered hot and fresh by a robot, of course, and wonder what tomorrow will bring. This is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into the technology powering this autonomous world, how self-driving cars, delivery drones, and smart cities actually work, and what it means for the future of freedom, privacy, and human connection. The world of 2030 is here. Are you ready to see what's under the hood? You wake up the next morning, and the city is already in motion. But it's not just people making things happen, it's the invisible network of AI, sensors, and machines working together 24/7 to keep life running smoothly. You step outside and see your self-driving pod waiting, but today you decide to walk. As you stroll down the street, you notice how the sidewalks are alive with activity, but it's a different kind of busy. Delivery robots zip past, each one following its own digital path, never bumping into anyone, always on time. You pass a corner cafe, and a drone lands gently on the roof, dropping off a box of fresh pastries. Inside, the barista is an AI-powered robot, greeting customers by name, remembering their favorite orders, and even cracking a joke or two. The line moves fast, and everyone gets exactly what they want. You realize that in 2030, waiting in line is almost a thing of the past. As you keep walking, you see a construction site where there are no human workers in hard hats. Instead, autonomous cranes, robotic arms, and 3D printers are building a new apartment complex. The machines work day and night, guided by AI that optimizes every step, no delays, no wasted materials, no accidents. The building rises faster than you can believe, and you wonder how many more homes could be built if every city used this technology. You stop at a crosswalk, but there's no need to press a button or wait for a light. The city's AI traffic system knows you're there. The cars slow down, the delivery bots pause, and you cross safely, guided by subtle lights embedded in the pavement. It feels effortless, but you know there's a massive web of data and algorithms making it all possible. You reach the city center, where a fleet of autonomous buses and shuttles glide silently along their routes. Each one is powered by clean energy, and every seat is personalized. The bus recognizes you, adjusts the lighting and temperature, and even suggests podcasts or news stories based on your interests. You see people of all ages, kids on their way to school, seniors heading to the park, professionals working on their laptops, all sharing the ride, all trusting the system. But it's not just about convenience. The city's AI monitors air quality, water usage, and energy consumption in real time. If pollution levels rise, the system automatically reroutes traffic, increases green space irrigation, or even deploys cleaning drones to problem areas. The result: cleaner air, healthier people, and a city that feels alive and responsive. You visit a hospital, and the changes are even more dramatic. There are still doctors and nurses, but they're supported by a team of AI assistants and medical robots. You watch as a robot delivers medication to a patient's room, while another helps a surgeon perform a delicate operation with sub-millimeter precision. AI scans every X-ray, every test result, flagging potential issues before a human even sees them. The hospital is safer, faster, and more accurate than ever before. But as you look around, you notice something else. The human touch is still there. A nurse comforts a worried family. A doctor explains a diagnosis in simple terms. The machines do the heavy lifting, but the people provide the care, the empathy, the connection that no algorithm can replace. You leave the hospital and head to a park where children play under the watchful eyes of robotic guardians. The robots aren't just there for security, they play games, teach kids about science, and even help find lost pets. Elderly people walk with AI companions that monitor their health, remind them to take their medicine, and call for help if needed. The park feels safe, welcoming, and full of life. As you sit on a bench, your phone buzzes. It's a notification from your home. The groceries you ordered this morning have arrived, delivered by a robot that navigated the building's elevators and hallways without a hitch. Your fridge has already updated your shopping list, and your kitchen AI suggests a new recipe based on what's fresh. You realize that in 2030, autonomy isn't just about machines doing things for you, it's about giving you more time, more freedom, and more choices. You can work from anywhere, learn anything, and connect with anyone, all thanks to the invisible network of AI and robotics that powers your world. But you also feel a sense of responsibility. With so much data flowing through the city, privacy is more important than ever. You check your settings, making sure your information is encrypted and only shared with the systems you trust. You remember news stories about hackers, about AI making mistakes, about people feeling left out in a world that moves so fast. You wonder, how do we make sure this future works for everyone? As the sun sets, the city lights up not just with electricity, but with possibility. You see families gathering for dinner, friends meeting in virtual reality, and artists creating new worlds with the help of AI. The world of 2030 is full of challenges, but it's also full of hope. In the next part, we'll explore the big questions: who controls the algorithms? How do we keep our data safe? And what happens when machines make decisions that affect our lives? The journey through the autonomous world of 2030 continues. Are you ready to go deeper? You wake up one morning in 2030 and realize that the world around you is not just automated, it's intelligent. But as you move through your day, you start to notice the questions that everyone is asking, even if they don't say them out loud. Who's really in control? How much of your life is being shaped by algorithms you can't see? And what happens when the system makes a mistake? You decide to take a different route to work just to see what happens. Your self-driving pod recalculates instantly, but you notice the city's AI traffic system is already a step ahead. It reroutes other vehicles, adjusts delivery schedules, and even changes the timing of cleaning robots on the sidewalks all to make sure your journey is smooth. It's impressive, but it also makes you wonder how much of your freedom is real and how much is just an illusion created by the system. At work, you join a meeting in virtual reality. Your colleagues appear as lifelike avatars, their voices translated in real time, their gestures perfectly captured by motion sensors. The meeting is efficient, productive, and over in half the time it used to take. But when it ends, you feel a strange sense of distance. You haven't shaken a real hand or shared a coffee break in weeks. The technology is amazing, but you can't help but miss the little moments of human connection. During lunch, you scroll through the news on your smart mirror. There's a story about a delivery drone that dropped a package on the wrong balcony, and another about an AI traffic system that glitched, causing a brief jam in the city center. The problems are fixed in minutes, but the comment section is full of debates. Some people blame the machines, others say it's just growing pains. But everyone agrees, as we rely more on autonomy, the stakes get higher. You remember a time when privacy meant closing your door and drawing the curtains. Now it means managing your data, deciding which systems can access your location, your health, your preferences. You check your privacy dashboard, adjusting settings and reading the latest transparency report from the city's AI Council. You feel empowered, but also a little overwhelmed. The more connected you are, the more you have to pay attention. Later, you visit your parents in the suburbs. Their neighborhood is quieter, but even here, autonomy is everywhere. The local bus is driverless, the streetlights adjust to the weather, and the trash is collected by robots that sort and recycle automatically. Your parents love the convenience, but they worry about the pace of change. Your dad misses driving his old car. Your mom wonders if the AI that schedules her doctor's appointments really knows what is best for her. You sit down for dinner, and the conversation turns to jobs. Your younger cousin is training to be a robot technician, while your aunt is learning to code AI safety protocols. The job market has changed, but new opportunities have opened up. Still, there are stories of people who feel left behind, workers whose skills are no longer needed, or who struggle to adapt to a world that never slows down. After dinner, you take a walk through the neighborhood. The streets are well lit, the air is clean, and you feel safe. But you also notice the security drones hovering overhead, the facial recognition cameras at every corner, and the subtle reminders that you're always being watched. It's a trade-off, more safety, but less privacy. You stop at a community center where a group of residents is meeting to discuss the city's latest AI policy. The debate is lively. Some want more transparency, others want more control, and a few argue for unplugging the system altogether. You realize that autonomy isn't just about technology, it's about trust, about who gets to decide, and about how we balance progress with our values. On your way home, you get a notification. The city SAI has detected a spike in air pollution and is rerouting traffic, deploying cleaning drones, and alerting residents with respiratory issues. The response is fast, efficient, and probably saved lives. But it also reminds you how much power the system has and how much you depend on it. You arrive home and reflect on the day. The world of 2030 is full of wonders, but also full of questions. You have more freedom, more convenience, and more possibilities than ever before. But you also have more responsibility to protect your data, to stay informed, and to make sure the system works for everyone, not just a few. As you get ready for bed, your AI assistant asks if you want to review your privacy settings, schedule a health check, or connect with friends in virtual reality. You smile, grateful for the options, but also aware that every choice you make shapes the world you live in. The city outside your window glows with the light of 1,000 autonomous systems, all working together to create a future that's smarter, safer, and more connected. But the real question is, what kind of future do you want to build? In the final part, we'll look ahead to the next decade. What new breakthroughs are on the horizon? How will autonomy change the way we live, work, and connect? And most importantly, how can we make sure that the world of 2040 is one where technology serves humanity, not the other way around? The journey isn't over. Are you ready for the next step? The year is 2030, but the world is already looking ahead. Every day, new headlines announce breakthroughs that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. In the heart of the city, a new generation of self-driving vehicles is being tested, cars that not only drive themselves, but learn from every journey, sharing data with each other to make the roads safer for everyone. Delivery drones are now so common that the sky has its own invisible highways, with AI air traffic controllers guiding every flight. You visit a tech expo and the energy is electric. Startups are showing off robots that can cook gourmet meals, fold laundry, and even care for the elderly with a gentle touch. There are booths for AI-powered tutors that personalize education for every child, and for medical bots that can diagnose rare diseases in seconds. The crowd is buzzing with excitement, but also with questions. How far can we push autonomy? And what happens when machines become not just helpers, but partners in our lives? You sit in on a panel discussion about the next decade. Experts predict that by 2040, most people will never have to drive a car, wait in line at a store, or even cook a meal unless they want to. Work will be more flexible, with AI handling routine tasks and humans focusing on creativity, empathy, and big picture thinking. Cities will be greener, cleaner, and more efficient, with sensors and algorithms managing everything from traffic to trash collection. But the panelists also warn of challenges. As machines get smarter, the risk of bias, error, or even sabotage grows. Who will write the rules for AI? Who will make sure the benefits of autonomy are shared by everyone, not just the wealthy or the tech-savvy? And how do we keep our sense of community, our privacy, and our humanity in a world where so much is automated? You leave the expo with your mind racing. On the way home, you pass a school where children are learning to code, to build robots, and to think critically about technology. You see a group of seniors using virtual reality to travel the world from their community center. You realize that the future isn't just about machines, it's about people, about how we adapt, learn, and grow together. At home, your AI assistant greets you with a summary of the day's news, a reminder to call your family, and a suggestion for a new book based on your interests. You sit by the window, watching the city lights, and think about how much has changed and how much is still possible. You remember the early days of autonomy when people worried about losing jobs, about machines making mistakes, about a world that felt cold and impersonal. But now you see how autonomy has given people more time, more choices, and more opportunities. You see how technology has made cities safer, cleaner, and more connected. And you see how, at its best, autonomy can bring out the best in humanity. But you also know that the future isn't guaranteed. It's up to all of us to ask the hard questions, to demand transparency, to protect our privacy, and to make sure that technology serves everyone. It's up to us to teach the next generation not just how to use machines, but how to think, to care, and to lead. As the night falls, you look out at the city alive with the glow of 1,000 autonomous systems, all working together to create a world that's smarter, safer, and more human. You feel a sense of hope, but also a sense of responsibility. The journey to 2040 and beyond is just beginning. So, what about you? Are you ready to be part of this future? Will you embrace the possibilities, ask the tough questions, and help shape a world where autonomy empowers everyone? Or will you sit back and let the algorithms decide? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What excites you most about the autonomous world of 2030? What worries you, and what do you hope to see in the next decade? If you found this journey eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe to NextAutonomy for more deep dives into the world of AI, robotics, and the future of everyday life. Share this video with a friend who needs to see what's coming next. And if you want to see more about the latest breakthroughs in autonomy, check out the playlist on your screen now.